Jafric Radio.
You're listening to Home Sweet Home on Jafric Radio.
Your online radio. The new online radio that makes you happy.
Listening to Home Sweet Home on Jafric Radio. You're listening to Home Sweet Home on Jafric Radio.
Jafric Radio.
You're listening to Home Sweet Home on Jafric Radio.
You happy.
Jafric Radio.
Hello, our wonderful and cherished viewers. This is another edition of Home Sweet Home. Yes, you are listening to Home Sweet Home from Jafric Radio. Thank you for tuning into Jafric Radio. Yes, we have only one motive for married couples. Yeah, we want every married couple enjoy their heaven on earth. I'm talking of their second heaven on earth. So, if you have joined us, all that we want you to do is just share the link with your friends and loved ones and let them also have the benefits that we are about to give them. All right, so we'll go straight to the point. I think we are far behind time. Forgive us of a delay. All right, it was due to some circumstances that was beyond our control. We thank you for your patience. Thank you if you have joined us. If you have not, please, maybe you are missing something. All right. Okay. So this program is sponsored by Bayside Modeling Agency. If you are a foreigner in Tokyo and you have talent that you want to turn it into business, then I recommend Bayside Modeling Agency to you. All that you need to do is to email them on this email address, info@bay-side.biz. Write to them that you want to register with them and they will quickly respond to you. All right. So don't hide your talent. Bring it out and at the same time earn something from it. All right. Let's go straight to Ghana. Turmeric Hotel is at East Legon in Accra. All right. So if you live in Ghana and you want to enjoy home away from home, then I recommend Turmeric Hotel to you. All right? Okay, we call it home away from home because the atmosphere is so nice that you forget that you are in a hotel. All right. Okay, and if you are outside Ghana and you want to visit Ghana, I recommend Turmeric Hotel to you. Yes, the access to the airport is very close. Yeah, so I think if you lodge there, you will never regret you did. All right, thank you so very much. Today is another day that the Lord has made, and we need to rejoice and be glad in this day. We need to rejoice because good things are keeping on coming. If you want to be strong and healthy, there is one chocolate drink in the market that I want to recommend to you. Yes, the name is Darling Wings. Do you want to fly high? Yes, then just get this hot chocolate or hot choco mix. Right, it's good. The nutritional value is very good, and it has about 65% of cocoa in it. Oh my God, it's so sweet. All right, you can make it, you can drink it hot or cold, depends on what you want. All right, so now we have heard a good news. We think about your health also, so don't forget to get this chocolate mix in your house. All right, so it mixed with milk, with everything, sugar, milk, everything is inside. So you don't need to add sugar or add milk to it. All that you need is your hot or cold water. Then you are good to go. All right. So if you want bulk purchase, please contact Jafric Radio. Contact Jafric Radio. All right. Then later we will bring a lot of information to you. But just let us know your interest if you want Darling Wings. All right, thank you so very much. We are here in Studio B, Jafric Studios, with my faithful brother. Yes, a teacher, a husband, and a father. This man, when he teaches you, hey, all the Sunday school guys, they're really happy. All right, so let me have an honor to introduce to you my big bro, Mr. Fred Jechi Mensah. Mr. Fred,
yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah, good afternoon, everybody, and I welcome everybody to Jafric Radio. Yeah, today is another day, as it has been said, and we're going to do our best and speak on the subject, and I hope you'll be glad you listen to Jafric Radio. But one thing, don't forget to share the app. Let somebody hear of us. Send it across all your family, friends, whoever. Let them all hear about Jafric and let them listen to us. It's important because the station that discuss very detailed subjects relating to marriage and relationships. So, yes, thank you for being here, and we're glad to have you too. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Fred. And I have my faithful sister online all the way from Chiba. Is our own dearest Dickness, Mrs. Naomi Asari Zotto. See how my sister is blinking. Oh my God.
It's been a very
Dickness.
long- Hello.
Okay.
Hello.
You are welcome. It's been a very long time.
Long time. Wow.
Oh,
I'm so
yeah.
happy online
Yeah,
today.
happy to
Yes.
see you.
Happy to see you too. And thank you, our cherished listeners and viewers, for always staying tuned to Home Sweet Home. God bless you so much. And I know today we are going to have a wonderful time together. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. And next on my list is the only queen in our midst. Yes, I am talking about Queen Latifah. Queen, you are welcome to Home Sweet Home program in Jafric Radio.
Thanks, Mom. Good afternoon to you all. It's been a while.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah,
think it's
wanted
your
to
first time
say-
of meeting
Sister
Dickness Naomi too.
Dickness,
Right.
sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, my first time of meeting her.
A very
So
strong
I
woman.
promise. Yeah.
Thank you.
So thank you for having me too on your show today too. And
Thank you.
I'll do my
You're welcome.
best to give my own part to the community. And I hope you all support me out there. We are all here to learn and to listen.
Wow. Yeah,
thank you.
That's perfect. Thank you, Queen. Thank you so very much for having time to come to this program. All right, today we have a very important topic to discuss. I think last week we did in Chi, and today we will do the English version. So permit me if I do not speak the local dialect. If you are here and you don't understand Chi, we will continue next week. And then you can also join us. All right. I think our internet is slow, or yeah. So maybe we might the voice might come before the picture. So viewers, just pardon us for that. All right. Thank you so very much. Today, the topic for discussion, hey, you see you. The topic for discussion is lack of intimacy. Lack of intimacy in our marriage. And we are going to look into the 3 dimensions of this lack of intimacy. We will look at the emotional issues that affect our intimacy in our marriages. And then also we will look into the medical problems associated to this lack of intimacy and almighty financial issues. Yes, we will look at that also. And then we will digest, yes, and see how best we can help ourselves and our viewers, those who are going through these challenges as a result of these 3 things that I have already mentioned. So first we will deal with the emotional issues. Yeah, some people are complaining when we were in courtship, there were a lot of things. We have all things in common. We click and now we have married and nothing works. Our sex life is being in trouble and a lot of things. So we are going to discuss issues here. Yes, it's very sensitive, but pardon us to do. It's necessary for each and everyone to know, so that when you see some signs or the handwritings in the wall, then you know that I need to do something about it. So, Mr. Fred is here, Mama Naomi is here, and Queen Latifah is also here. So, I am glad that this topic we will get some from the male point of view, and then we will have the female point of view on this topic. And I think today you are blessed. If you have not shared, please share to your friends and loved ones and let them be part of this discussion. And if you are out there watching us, please send your comments. Your comment is very useful in this topic that we are treating. All right, so we want to know what you think about the topic on board, lack of intimacy. Those who want to share their experience, what they did in order to spice up their marriage, to deal with that situation, just let us know so that we will all learn, and also others who are listening will also get the point from it. All right, thank you so very much. So first, since Mama Naomi has gone away for a very long time, I will start with her, and then we will go by this. First, let's talk about the emotional issues that affect our intimacy in a relationship. So, Dickness Naomi, the ball is now on your court.
Okay. Thank you very much, Dickness Poma.
Thank you, sis.
Yeah, I'm so grateful. It's a wonderful topic. Yeah, that is needed in our marriages, intimacy in marriage. And we all agree that the foundation of a strong romantic marriage is a solid commitment of unconditional love. Unconditional love. So for us to be able to have a very strong and lasting marriage, we need to be committed to unconditional love. Yes. And as you were saying, first of all, the intimacy we are talking about, like the togetherness, how couples need to enjoy themselves as one. Yeah, and as you said, there are so many things that contribute to intimacy in marriage. So many things, as you mentioned, finance is one, emotional aspect, yeah, we have the sexual aspect. So many things come together to make the marriage peaceful, to make the marriage loving, to make the marriage enjoyable. And if all those things are not taken care of very well, you see that there are going to be some cracks at some places. Yeah. So in short, you said the emotional aspect
Emotional part, yes.
the emotional part of intimacy. Well, I would say that both men or husbands and wife have different emotional needs, and it differs. So for us to be able to take care of the emotional needs of each partner in the marriage, you need to know what are the emotional needs of my wife, what are the emotional needs of my husband. If you are able to identify those needs and prioritize it accordingly, it will go a long way to build the marriage relationship. Most of the time, we don't take time to study each other to know which one comes first. Most women, we feel men love sex. So we will say that, oh, maybe my husband, maybe number one is maybe sex. But when you maybe have time to study your husband, you might know that maybe even the sex that you are thinking, because we've generalized it that men love sex, so maybe my husband also does. But maybe your husband, his number one priority is to come and meet a very clean house. So if we are not able to have the time to study, to know what your husband's emotional needs are, what my wife's emotional needs are, we turn up to make a lot of mistakes. You feel, "Oh, I'm doing everything for my wife, but she's not appreciative. He's always moody and those kind of things. I'm doing everything for my husband, but he's not appreciative." It's because we have misprioritized their emotional needs. So I'll put it here so that my other colleagues will also add some as we continue. Thank you very much.
Right. Very brilliant. Thank you, Dickness Naomi. Thank you so much. And I will move to my sweet sis, the only queen in our midst, Queen Latifah. We are talking of emotional issues that affects our intimacy in marriage.
Okay, thank you very much for having me. And
You're welcome, sis.
of course, I was not on last week, but I think I will start by maybe referring to the meaning of intimacy.
Right.
And when we talk of intimacy, it means like closeness or togetherness or bond, how you know somebody, trust between two people. And it could be between a man and a woman, even friendship, friends. And when it comes to marriage, of course, we are the orthodox ones, that is between a wife and a husband. Okay. So, and we have countless types of intimacy. We have physical, emotional, all this, and sexual. And we derive the sexual emotion from the emotion, like the sexual intimacy from the emotional one, because if that one is not there, then actually you are going to have a very fade sexual life too. So, and I think emotional intimacy is the chief ingredient in having a very healthy marriage life. Of course, we have others, and inside this emotional intimacy, that's where we get the sexual intimacy also from. And then we all have to, how do I say, as my sister already said, we have to learn each other's emotions, how you can bring out the best in your partner and how you think you can also make that marriage work. And when it comes to emotions, there are a whole lot of things that can contribute to that, But at the end, I think it's all like, let's say, when you are having lack of support from your partner. For instance, maybe it's not about the home, maybe your job or something.
Right.
You're already emotionally drained, And I think it all comes to like communication, trust.
That's great.
And for you to have this kind of intimacy, I think you have to be vulnerable. You cannot have an emotional intimacy if you are holding back things, or you have secrets. Your partner can never be able to read you well and to know when or how to support you in that aspect. And emotional support, when we talk about that as a woman, like the women aspect, we always want the man to be like the provider, the giver, the rock of ages. You should provide security for your wife, and the woman is going to abandon all of herself to you if she knows that she can trust this man. She's going to be vulnerable out there. And then where we come from, we always think that you being a man, how do I say, like we have this kind of subordinate and superior relationship thing. But if you want this strong intimacy, emotional intimacy, I think as a man, you should also come down to your wife's level. Think alike, be on the same level, so that she will also feel, she will not have this inferiority complex. No fear anywhere. And she can come out, explain herself, everything that is happening. And then, as a woman, you also have to be submissive. You should be there to support him, And sometimes, maybe when you feel disconnected from each other, from lack of communication, if you don't communicate, your partner cannot be a magician. They are not magicians to know what is going on in your brain, and they're not sharing important things with one another. And then maybe lack of physical affection. If you want to build this emotional intimacy, you should build your physical intimacy also. Because at the end, if you lack all these things, then you are going to be like friends at home. Instead of you being married couples, you are going to end up like friends. And then, how do I say, like, when there is any conflict or an argument, I think you should talk it out.
Right.
You should always talk it out. And then not, how do I say, not sharing your fears, because you fear that you will be rejected, or kind of your partner may leave you, or it's going to like make you feel I don't know. But I think you should be out there, you should be vulnerable, you should let
Right.
everything out.
Still talking of
And
transparency
most important,
in every way.
transparency in every way.
Right.
In every way. So I think that's a little bit I can contribute.
Right.
Now,
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yes, Queen, thank you. That's a brilliant one to give to us. Thank you. We will come back to you later. Mr. Fred, emotional issues that affect our intimacy in marriage.
Emotional issues. I think the other panelists have said it all. And intimacy, it's all about building trust and dependence. Yes, on one another in marriage. Yeah, you've got to build trust to the point that each one of you sees the other as a secured element within his life. So it's all about building trust and dependence. And the emotional issue, I think, yes, it also comes down to getting to know your partner well.
Right.
Like the panelists said it, you've got to study yourselves. Yeah, know your lifestyles, what one wants and what one doesn't, what gets one angry and what doesn't. Yeah, so it's all about getting to know yourselves well.
Right.
Very, very well in the relationship.
Okay, so let me ask this question. What are some of the things that you see that make you think that, oh no, maybe I am emotionally derailed from my partner?
To see it yourself that you emotionally derailed,
Yeah.
but not the other side going away from you. That means you evaluating your own self.
Exactly.
That means you're being secretive. You're not being open to your partner. You're not showing things to her, that things that you're supposed to expose it before your partner. You're not letting her know, getting to know you well. Yeah, so when you begin to show some secretiveness in your way of doing things or talking to her, you don't answer questions straight away to her. You always put her in kind of suspense. Yes, so when you begin to notice that in your own life, then you should know that you are emotionally detaching from her. Because by doing that, you're suggesting to her that she can also take the same attitude.
Right.
Yeah. So, yes, if you're not open to her, being secretive in so many things, yeah, taking some kind of dubious way of life before her, then it should suggest to you that you are emotionally detaching yourself.
Right. Thank you, Mr. Fred. Thank you so much. It's Mama Naomi there. All right. Let me put on this question. If you see that your partner also you see that there's no connection, there's no bond. Yeah. What are some of the things that shows that no, I think my partner is pushing me away, or a kind of separation in this marriage or in a marriage?
Yeah, so as my brother rightly said, lack of communication.
Right.
Lack of communication. Yeah, you guys don't feel okay. You don't spend time communicating with each other. The short communication. Okay, yes, no, I don't know. Those kind of short. So if your conversation come to that aspect, yes, then it means gradually you don't trust your partner. Lack of trust. You are not honest to each other. So those little things, you are not open to each other. Yeah, and you try to avoid each other. You don't try to satisfy each other in any way. So when those kind of things start creeping up into the marriage, then you know that emotionally you are being detached gradually from your partner. Thank you very much.
So in this case, seeing that you are being detached, what would one do in order to solve this issue?
Yeah, so first, what is causing those things? What brought about those things? Yes. So you cast your mind back when you first met. What are some of the things that kept you together? And now, what are some of the things that has detached you from each other? So you think about those things. Where have I gone wrong? What can I do to change the situation? Most of the time, I say that any kind of change that you want, you have to be the first change. What are the things that you expect your husband to do for you? Start doing them. What are the things that you expect your wife to do for you and she is not doing it? Start doing those things. And as we start the change from ourselves, it will gradually creep and also affect the other person to realize where he or she have gone wrong. Then you guys talk it over, or you can sit down with each other and talk things over so that the relationship could move on smoothly, peacefully, strongly, and romantically. Yeah, that's the little I could say about it.
Wow, thank you so much. That's the reason why, viewers, we encourage you to listen to Home Sweet Home from Jafric Radio. Yes, because we have a lot to offer you. I will go straight to my queen here. Yeah, so from what we are discussing, is it okay to bring out everything in you, like all the secret that you shared your lifetime. In your lifetime, must you discuss those things with your partner, even if you were on that before you met?
Mm,
Maybe I
when
don't
it
know if my
comes to,
question is clear. Maybe you have
yeah, I think
you
you
have
are
got
talking
married
about.
to your husband. Now
Mhm,
you just
mhm.
refer by, and this one was my ex, and I was in this situation before I got married to you. Is it necessary?
No, I don't think it is necessary, but maybe you can talk about things that didn't work out in that relationship or in that marriage. As you asked before, like what are the signs that when you see that maybe you are not emotionally connected to your partner, that is, if you feel uncomfortable, around your partner, or you feel like a little unreal, you know or you have to be constantly conscious of protecting yourself, and that's a mess. But if these things already happened in your previous relationship or your previous marriage, and it's still happening here in your current marriage that you are in, then I think at that point you can talk about it.
Right.
You can talk about it just because you want this marriage to work, not just for chatty chatty or talking about your past, or you know all this. It's not necessary because that is past, and we
All
have
right.
individual differences. So but when these things is still happening in your current marriage, then you should know maybe the problem is from you and you want to
Right.
rectify. If you want to rectify the issue, then I think you can talk about your past relationships, what happens inside, not like in detail, but what you want to rectify. You can talk about that one to this your current partner, so that you both will know the way forward. Then maybe your partner will
Right.
also, okay, so my wife or my husband is this kind of person. Then how do we work it out? So that is why I said in the beginning, you have to be vulnerable. You don't have to hide anything about you yourself, so that
Right.
your partner, your husband or your wife, will know the kind of person he or she is dealing with, and he or she can like get away in helping you to have a very strong and loving marriage, as my Dickness already said earlier. And I think without
All
this
right.
bond, without this trust, trust is foundation of everything, especially in marriages. Trust. And once it's broken, I think maintaining it or getting it back is tougher than what we think, you know. So talk, but you can talk about yourself, even your family, whatever. That doesn't matter. That one is not necessary. It's two of you
All
building
right.
that marriage,
All right.
building that relationship. But if maybe there's this let's say continuation of divorce in your
All
marriage,
right.
in your house, your home, where you come from, you look at yourself, maybe where you come from, your auntie got divorced, your mother get divorced, your sister get divorced, your auntie, and you were all brought up
Kind
in
of
the
generational
same,
thing.
yeah, generational thing. And maybe you were all brought up in the same community or in the same home. Then maybe if you think back, then I think that time you can consider talking to your partner about that situation, so that you can have solution to it. Aside that, I think it's unnecessary because it's not going to add anything to it. But if you are the one having the problems, and think about looking back, or your generation, you think everybody is doing fine, everybody is okay in their marriage, they have this good life, then I think you can consult and seek advice from them to rectify your own and make it work. Sometimes bringing out, comparing others' relationship with yours can never ever make your marriage work.
Yes, doesn't work.
Even twins, you cannot compare twin A to twin B. They were born on the same day, slept in the same womb, but characteristic differences, and their partners are also different. So what will work for
Different
A will not work
feelings.
for
Yeah.
B. So being vulnerable or being transparent, or communicating, having a healthy communication, doesn't mean that you should bring in unnecessary issues into your
Right.
marriage or be discussed. And that one is also headache for the other person.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
I think if
Sometimes a
that
lot of
answers
things
your
happen, and
question.
most of the women make so much mistakes on just
Yes.
bringing and X1, X2, X3, X4. If you think it's necessary to talk about it, fine. But I don't see the need to say that.
No.
Others may just refer to their partners. When I was with partner A, in those days, the way he do me, he did this, he did, man, it doesn't
Then
add
why
up.
are you here now?
Yeah. So
If that partner A
exactly,
was all day, why are you here
exactly,
now?
exactly.
It's unnecessary.
So let the man know who you are. Oh, for me, this is what I like my things. I like it this way. I like it that way. Not necessarily comparing what you have gone through to the present marriage or relationship that you are in.
No.
All
it's
right. So I
unnecessary.
think your point is well said. Yeah. Thank you so much, Queen. Thank you
Yeah,
so
you're
much. All right. So we will quickly come back to Mr. Fred, but this time we'll go to medical issues that affect our intimacy in our marriages. Medically. For example, some people may be declared they have cancers and they wanted to hide it from their partners. So a lot of things happen. Others maybe through surgery or something, their system has changed and they have different kinds of mood swings and other stuff, but they don't want to speak out. Yeah, so how does also this one affect our intimacy in marriage medically?
Well, let me say something straight away.
Right.
In any relationship and in any form, once you begin to keep yourself away from the truth or begin to hide secret, you should know that you are paving way for the relationship to damage. Yeah, I hope I'm clear now.
Very clear.
If you begin to keep any form of secret or issue away from your partner, yes, you should know that you are beginning to spoil the relationship or bringing it to an end. Because you cannot keep it away forever. He is going to say it one day, or he's going to know it. And at the point that he gets to know it, considering the time that you have kept it secret, would sort of get that partner emotional. And by then, all sort of things can begin to come up from him or her. And it wouldn't be easy to repair it. So, secrecy,
This is Jafric
or
Radio.
being secretive, or trying to hide things away in relationship, truly is not a helpful way to do it. I can understand that every human being or every individual has a level of secret or has a level of issue that he keeps it to himself or herself without letting your partner know. I can understand that. It's with every person, but not things like medical issues.
All right.
Yeah, not things like having a cancer or name them, then keeping it away. Then how are you going to get help to solve it?
That's true.
Because you get to some point that you would need to talk to a close person for solution. And if you bypass your partner, then who next is your close person? Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. In any form of relationship, in any form of in marriage, once you begin to keep away matters from your partner, that is hiding things, you are paving way for the relationship to get damaged. Yeah, this is how I can put it. So it's not a good way to do that at all. When you have a cancer or when you are diagnosed medically with some issue, the first person to expose it to should be your partner. Yes.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Fred.
Yeah.
Mama Naomi is there. Yeah. Before I read the comments that has come, let's see. If you have a medical issue, bringing it on the table to your partner, and the partner saw that, it also affects maybe my feelings or something. So I need to look elsewhere for someone for a typical example, like there was a friend who was having bleeding for a very long time, not knowing that it was a fibroid that was troubling her. And the partner couldn't stay long, and he almost gave up on her because she thought that anytime she wants to come to her to see some blood, and that thing couldn't work. So he was gradually just detach himself from the lady, knowing this is the situation that he thought maybe he needs to also satisfy his sexual urge. So in a situation like this, how can one handle it?
The foundation
Hello, Mama
of
Naomi.
a strong. Hello, can you hear me?
Okay. Yes, please.
Yeah. As I said from the beginning, the foundation of every strong marriage is unconditional love. And you remember the part of the vows that we take during marriage is for better, for worse, in sickness and in health, blah, 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 until death do us part.
Right.
So I don't see the reason why maybe in a health situation you will neglect me. Then it means even from the unconditional love is not there. When we say unconditional love regardless of whatsoever your partner is going through, you have to stand by the person, say, and the two shall become one. So whatsoever I am going through, you should also carry the burden with me. If it is a burden, we carry it together. And that's carrying the burden together, make it even lesser for both of us. So in this case, that maybe the lady is going through a medical challenge or health issue, and the man will just neglect her and go elsewhere. I feel then the love wasn't there at first, from the beginning. There was no unconditional love, and I will term it as maybe selfishness on the part of the husband. Yeah. And as our dear brother said, secrecy. I think I love you, you love me. You are my best friend. If I have a trouble, I need to share it with you. And when I share it, you have to have a listening ear and a loving heart to hear me out and love me regardless of whatsoever I am going through. With your words of encouragement and standing by me, even the problem will be able to be solved more easier than me alone handling it. Yeah, so we shouldn't try to neglect each other. They said for better, for worse, in health and in sickness, in riches, in poverty. We will always stand together. So these things should be a walking stake as we come together as man and woman in holy matrimony. Together we stand, divided we fall. Your problem is my problem. My
This is
joy
Jafric
is your
Radio.
joy. We share everything together. If we are able to do that, then we'll have a very strong and a solid marriage guarded by unconditional love. That's my take on this.
Right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Thickness Naomi. All right, Queen. Is Queen there?
Yeah, I'm here,
All
ma'am.
right.
Can you hear me?
Please, anything you want to add up?
Yeah, I think as the two panelists have already said, I don't think sickness should be the reason why you leave your partner or something like that. But there's a but there.
Okay.
If you keep it a secret and your partner finds out, no matter how much this person loves you, there's a breach of trust there. So that unconditional love Dickness was talking about can vanish. Love is like, like a tree, a plant. We grow it, you water it. If you put bad water, you get bad fruits. If you put good water, you know, when you are,
When you saw a bad fruit.
yes.
I see.
So it's the nutrients, the manure that you put in that will show how strong that love is, or how unconditional that love may be. You know,
All right.
somebody can love you and still not be with you, still be a distance away from you. You know, so your partner showing unconditional love or attitude, you should also show unconditional love by telling your partner exactly what your health or your medical condition is. Because we have people that are even living with HIV/AIDS, hepatitis B, C, D, but they are still having very good marriage and their partners are supporting them. They are having healthy kids and they are okay in their marriages. You know? So the example that you gave, if your friend had already told the husband, oh, my husband, this is my situation, this,
This is Jafric Radio.
maybe you could have also seek for a medical advice or go with you to check
He was very
exactly.
much aware. They were going to hospital together. Yes. But at some point, it looks as if it was taking so long. Yeah, so he has to
So that's
maybe.
impatient. I
Yeah,
think that is his
impatient, exactly.
own this thing, you know. We have men and we have boys. We have mature people and we have a grown-up man, excuse me to say, some people are so mature that they will understand. But maybe there will
Yeah.
be a corner somewhere there. But this person will never let you feel, you know. So I think you should discuss your health issues. Some people even have psychological problems, you know. Maybe they were once diagnosed, or it even runs in their family.
All
And you
right.
have to be taking medicine, calming medication, and all that too. So if you tell your partner this, and I think everybody have like a 10% or 20%, 1% madness in there. We all know that. And there are so many that triggers it, you know. But
Yeah.
if your own is to the extent that you need help or you have to seek medical attention, I think you should let your partner know. And a very good one will support you in whichever way. So that's my little take on that.
Oh, thank you so much, Queen. Before we go on a little break, let me read the comments that has come, and then we'll take a short break and come back. Yes, I've seen Mr. Prince Yaboa. He said, "Hey, my wife is not here." The wife is not here. I see. And then we have Mr. Yahaya. He said, "You've said it's right, Mr. Fred. The place of good info and teaching is Jafric." Mr. Uso Ansa is watching us too. And we have Mr. Yahaya again. Now say, "Mom Naomi, I saw your wave yesterday. However, thank you for all the lace." Okay. Mr. Yahaya again, research has found that in long-term romantic relationships, couples that experience more emotional intimacy also experience higher levels of sexual desire and sexual activity. Okay, so one thing leads to another. All right. And you say, without an excellent emotional bond, sex becomes zero erection and zero penetration. Thank you, my queen and Mom Naomi and Mr. Fred. I'm sorry. Oh, Mr. Yahaya. All right, we are working. And he said, intimacy has a beneficial effect on many areas of life, including health, relationship satisfaction, sexual desire, and mental well-being. Therefore, to hide your ailment from your partner means you have already signed your complication of the disease and death. Hey, DJ, we want to go on break, and when we come back, we will digest on what Mr. Yahaya has sent. All right, so please stay tuned. Don't go away. We will be back very soon.
Brother many a day, fuck yeah. My juma juara de Friday. Me a kumasi bema. Me jimeni a no complain. And grand so swama ba. Me say baby ya. Frami konongu abeti wale me na me bano. Sika so gumano. Umi a drum me weba. Oje me sport to a frami boga. Mano mon man frami. Mama Benjamini, Ugo was so afraid me, a man who wants you, a man for me. Brody, Messi, I have boy, dear, what's it? A man winning to Tin. Yeah, no one's I have vagina. You be sans my vagina. To what the papa go put to manto. You pimpy, now if you got us to talk upon to la tememo. Yeah, papi, oh, and one who doesn't hear me, oh, no man, but I mean, a man who wants you, a man for me. Mama Benjamini, Ugo was one for me. A man who wants you, a man for me. Namete Baba. Mete Baba, no don't have it. I see bed opa. I'm on board in a damn into Chile. The karate moon some mamma. This thing I must see about it. Vote on Ghana Pansoche, I craft on the Western Monsari, wrong half on the Central, Intamale Fabekan Oka, Ghana for Yinamun somewhere. Brother, many a group. My Juma Juana the Friday. Me up Capini Berryma, Meji many I no complain, and can so to Amabo. Me say, Remy Conongo, I bet if you wale me na me pano. As it got so kumano. Who me a drummy wiper? Who me supposed to have me waga? A man of Monshura, man for me. Mama minji many, Ukoko was one for me. A man who munch with a man for me. A man who munch with a man for me. Mama minji many, Ukoko was one for me. A man who munch with a man for me.
Oh, hello, viewers. Thank you for staying tuned. We are back, and I tell you, if you want to enjoy sitting so long without feeling tired, then I recommend Darling Wings Choco Mix. In fact, when you take it hot, you will feel wow. And when you are in a hot area, you can't take it cold. I tell you, you will feel good. All right, and we have chocolate. Yes, Darling mixed chocolate, also that has 65% of cocoa. So you can imagine the nutritional value in this chocolate. All right, so it's on the market. If you need bulk purchase, just contact Jafric Radio. Yes, and we will direct you as of what to do. So for now, talk with your friends and loved ones about Darling Wings Hot Choco Mix. Yes, in my local dialect say, all that you need is hot water or cold. Just put it inside and then you're good to go. All right. Thank you so very much for tuning into Jafric Radio. Home sweet home. Yes, have you seen a lot of ideas that my panelists has just given out? You cannot get it anywhere except Jafric Radio Home Sweet Home program. So if you have not subscribed to Jafric Radio platform, you are missing a lot. So please quickly download the app from Apple. If you are on Apple phones, just go to Apple stores and download the app Jafric Radio. You get the app on your phone as an icon. Yes, and all that we would do, all the programs that we run in Jafric Radio here, you can just get it on your phone. All right. But the thing is, when you sign up to the app, it's only the radio. If you want to get the pictures on or the videos, just join us on our social media platform, being Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and all the platforms. We are there. All right. So join us, and we have a good thing to share with you. The things that will make your marriage work like magic. All right. Thank you so very much. Yeah, we are back on our topic, lack of intimacy. We have seen a lot of things that contribute to the lack of intimacy. All right. And we are looking on the 3 areas being the emotional issues, medical issues, and now we are yet to talk about the financial issues also that affect our intimacy in marriage. So Mr. Yahaya made mention of a good relationship that enjoy their long-term romantic relationship or experience emotionally, said they are always bond. Emotionally bond, and they enjoy other things including sex also. Mr. Fred, anything to say about it?
No, that's absolutely correct. Yes, because once you have that close relationship with your spouse, I think the rest just follow up naturally.
Follows naturally.
Yes, it
that's
comes
true.
naturally. Yeah, so he's correct by saying that. We thank him for that comment. Yeah. So the only thing is to build that intimacy, make it solid. Yes, dependent and reliable.
Come rain or shine.
Yes.
You have to build it up.
Yes, the rest will
That's
follow up.
great.
Yeah, so the comment is 100% correct.
Right.
He's absolutely right.
So if you want to enjoy your partner, your wife, or your husband sexually,
build intimacy.
build your intimacy. So strong.
Based on trust.
Just as my resource person
Yeah.
saying.
Based on
Based
trust.
on trust,
Yeah.
bring everything out.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. I've seen Mr. Cornelius appear, also watching us, and then Mr. Cornely Frames also. Oh, big bro. He's also watching us. Thank you so much for tuning into Jafric Radio Home Sweet Home program. Let's quickly move on to the financial aspect that also brings a lot of lack of intimacy. Almighty finance. Most of the, especially those in abroad, most of the things that brings about lack of intimacy are financial issues. Yes, so all of you who are listening to us, I want you to pay attention very well on this one that we are about to talk. Yeah. Mr. Fred, let me go to Mama Naomi. How does our finances affect our intimacy in marriage? Mama Naomi.
Thank you very much, Dickness Poma.
You're welcome, sweet sis.
Actually, when you think about the whole topic of marriage, having a successful marriage, all the things that we are talking about that contributes to intimacy in marriage, they are all interrelated. None
Right.
stands in isolation. All this is they are all connected to each other.
Connected.
Yeah.
Yes.
When our sexual life is affected, it will affect the finance, it will affect emotional, the physical, any other parts. When the finance is affected, the same thing. When the emotional is affected, so like the marriage itself is a holistic something. All these things need to come together to make the marriage flow. So, for example, when we yes, I will come back to the financial aspect. Sex is the greatest natural intimacy builder. So if your sex life is good, your financial aspect will also go smoothly. Okay, so let's take the finance aspect.
I think it's that one is the other way around. When your finances is good, then your sex life become good.
Yeah, so as I was saying,
let's
all
see.
these things that we are talking about, they cannot stand in
Right.
isolation. They are all related. All these things come
Right.
together. That is why we need to be committed to each other. Once
Right.
that we have decided to come together as husband and wife, we need to tune up our mind. It's just like the marriage, we are entering into a playing field. Immediately we said yes I do to each other. It's like a new whole page have been opened to us. How are we going, or a plain land has been given to us? How are we going to cultivate this land to make it beautiful and fruitful? It needs the two of us coming together, partnering with each other in love, in unity, in understanding, in togetherness, in everything. And the two shall become one. So all other things connected to us, we are coming to share it together with our partners involved. We are no more in isolation. So where the situation whereby we are married, but still we have that mindset, I, that is where the problem begins. It's it's my money, not our money. When that happens, then there's going to be trouble. I should understand that my money is your money. Your money is my money. We are coming together as one to build up a lasting, successful marriage. If we have that mind, everything that I'm doing, I don't have only myself in mind. My husband or my wife, I also have him or her also in my mind. So whatsoever I do it around that mindset. But whereby there is some kind of selfishness, lack of trust, no respect, no commitment, and those kind of things, then there's going to be a problem. This thing should be, what am I bringing on board to make this beautiful land that has been given to us? What am I bringing on board to maintain it, to keep it flourishing? My husband also has the same mindset. What am I also bringing? When we all have that thing that I need to bring something, this one too is saying that I need to bring something, then we are moving forward. But when the mindset is, what am I getting? What am I getting? Then it means we are ready to get something, but we are not ready to give something.
To give out.
Yeah, so the whole thing is about what kind of mindset are we bringing into the marriage? How are we seeing the marriage? Is my money for me alone, is for the two of us? Are we going to be transparent to each other, or we are going to hide things from each other? All depend on us. It is a new perfect land that has been given to us from the beginning, and it depends on the two of us what we can do to cultivate that land, which is the marriage, to make it beautiful and flourishing, that will benefit all of us at the end, to have a very enjoyable marriage at the end. Thank you very much.
Very deep. Very deep. Deaconess Naomi, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Queen, your opinion about the financial issues that affect our intimacy.
Of course, as sex is as is a very important element in marriage, same as financial. Our finances are also very, very important in our marriages,
It's true.
you know. And then, as our lady already said, all the facts we have concerning intimacy, finance play a very good role in that.
Serve as
Because
fuel, right?
exactly, that is the starter key to the car. It cannot move.
I
Even
tell
me,
you.
if I'm financially down, my mood is also down. There's no way you see me smiling, you know. So like we talked before, that you have to steady your partner and know their emotional needs. So my husband knows if I don't have money, I'm angry. I get angry at anything at home,
I
you know.
then
And
he
then
has to prepare himself well.
yes, so
That's
he knows me a
beautiful.
lot. As soon as he will not even ask me, honey, where are you going? Can you buy even egg? I'll ask him, did you give me any money for it? Can't you go and buy egg yourself? You know, he already knows, so he will not even try it. Then when we talk about these financial issues in marriages, it's not about the man bringing, you know, it's how you people have planned your life. How are you using your monies? You know, this liquidation, you know, how are you using your properties? You know, all these things. How are you spending? And gone are the days back home where we are from. We know that the man have to provide everything, even though we still see the man to be the provider. You know, you should provide absolute security to your wife and children, financially, emotionally, all these things. But now we've all got to know that it works hand in hand. It's both of us. And one thing that maybe study have shown is that now in marriages, lack of financial plans can ruin the marriage, and it doesn't even last longer, because you think when you are in courtship or when you are in a relationship, it was smooth because we're all doing things to how do we say, like, to get
Please
each
each
other,
other.
you know. Then what is happening in your marriage, that mindset you had during the relationship, that is what you should also have in marriage to make it work.
Yeah.
Marriage is not the goal. Marriage is the starting point. People think that when you get married, then that is it. Oh, I've married her, and so now I'm okay. No,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
this is beginning of the real struggle, beginning of the real love, beginning of that intimacy, that love, that shining that you saw before, that you want it. How are you going to maintain it? This is where you have to maintain that. You have to have plans. And it's not only in one way, it's both partners. It's not only the man. But if the man tells you, hey, be an housewife and stay at home, I'm going to provide. Me, for instance, I cannot do that.
Some women can't take it.
I cannot do that because I'll not allow you to intimidate me because of your money. You provide, I provide.
Oh,
Same way.
is that the reason why you want to work?
Yeah, I will.
see.
Even if you are,
This is
I'm
Jafric
the
Radio.
millionaire's husband in the whole world. I'll still sneak out to
You
get my
still
own money.
prefer to.
That's money to tell you that this is mine too. If you brought this, I've also brought this one. So you cannot intimidate me. You see, and when they said an angry man is an hungry man, and it's both ways. If a man is not financially stable, then this person can never be emotionally stable. Even your sex life are all going to fade out, and very soon you will fall out of love because that bonding will not be there. You know, you cannot just come and say, hey, I'm back home, enter the bed, do this without connection. You know, you have to first flirt with your partner. Hey, what's up? What are you doing? Hey, are you at work? Hey, what happened? Today, what's going on? Hey, are you wearing the red pants? Excuse me to say. It's the calling. But if he's struggling tomorrow, what are we going to eat? Hey, the kids' school fees, light bill, water bill, the house we are building, this and all that. If they are all
Brings
bubbling
a
up
lot
in
of
his brain,
pressure.
exactly, he cannot, he will not even think of texting you to ask, hey, what's up? Same thing with the woman. Also, that open arm, that should be there waiting for you by the door as you come back from work. Oh, honey, oh, welcome back. This, your water is set. Go and take shower, your dinner, you know, everything, you know, that's chit chat. It will not be there. Because she feels like she's also in a kind of bondage. But the woman, you can also get your own money. If the man cannot do it all by himself, you are partners. You know, you all came together to live a better life. You are partners. As lack of finances, like joy killer, same way if you are not supporting, and support comes both ways. You have to also be supportive.
Right.
Even if you are not providing financially, at least emotionally, everything, you should also help, you know, to build that relationship, you know. And then women, when I was young, somebody asked me, what arouses you? Then I told him, if my palm touches money, you know, women, they know that we like money.
Queen. If your palm touches man, everything
Yes.
changes, right?
Everything changes.
I see.
Because that shine, you are saying, that Vaseline that I've put in on my face, making shine like that. With that money, I cannot buy it.
Okay.
You see?
Right.
And then, as we say, if you're having financial constraints, talk to your partner. This is what I'm going through right now. How are we going to subsidize? If you are living extravagantly, you reduce it. You should know how to limit, how do I say, your
costs.
spendings, considering your intakes, you know. What's your output, whatever that you are putting in? You have to consider all those things, you know. And it's a joy killer. It doesn't even matter whether you are in a relationship, you yourself, not being married, being single. If you are not financially stable, you are always angry at yourself. You feel like you are not part of the world. People are going, you are back. How are you going to help yourself to get out of that? And when you suffer financially, you are going to suffer the rest of those elements in marriages. And it will affect you and even the kids and the rest of the family and even people around you. So that's a little point that I want to give about finances, and we have to
Thank
be really
you.
prudent when it comes to that. Of course,
Yeah.
mom, if I see you outside and you don't even have 1 yen in your pocket, I say, hey, hello, mommy. I'm like, hey, this, hi. You want to hide because you think the next thing is going to be like, oh, I didn't see your car. Where did you park it? Meanwhile, you don't even have money for fuel. So you want to hide. So at the end, you are cutting off even from the society. Because when it comes to giving, you cannot even give.
Okay.
Same way. So I think
from what Queen is saying, it means it needs also dedication.
yes.
Yeah. That whatever happens, whether
Whatever happens.
having it or not, you have to also do hard, pressing on to get more to support.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes, and I think if we are both stable when it's kind of like physical affection, let's say emotional intimacy and all that, you have this sex satisfaction, I think it also give you a kind of sound. It might even give you an idea of what to do to eliminate that crisis in your finances, because if money is there, life is beautiful. Go and see Dubai now. People are going to Dubai enjoying because it's there.
I hear you, Queen. Yeah, I hear you.
So I think
Queen.
I'm talking for too much. I've talked for long. So
I
let
know.
me
It's not, yeah, but this also it's we are encouraging the youth that are coming up and coming to, also take their life very serious.
Very.
Yeah, because if we play with our life, and at some point that's where when people see others who have been successful, they wanted to also jump into that area quick, and then find any means to
it's
get
true.
rich.
Talking about
But
we living in abroad here, back home, as I was saying, or those born in the 70s and then times, we all know that the man is the head of the family and they do all things. And that one is this, how do I say, there is a plan or there is an hierarchy in the relationship. But now we don't want that. We said what men can do, women can also do and do it better. Then we should also bring something to the table. Do you understand? You should also bring something to the table.
We cannot do. You see, we have in our own way that God has created as the area that we fit in. Yes, so but man can be having this big this thing which women we don't have. Physiques and other things are very, very different from each other. But when it comes to work, we can do what our strength can. There are certain loads that men can carry, women cannot carry. Yeah. So, but at this point, yes, we have been called to do certain things, which we think we can, do it very well. And men also doing their things that they can do it very well. So together, when we put them together, we get a very, successful and, a round thing, which we can say all of us have been contributed to get here.
Yes, that's true. And, back home, the man is always carrying the burden of his family back then, before he gets into his own nuclear family, So having that financial burden already, then you as a lady, you are also not supporting. And sometimes it's not only the man, maybe the lady also. And I think when you people come together and get married, I think, although I'm not saying you should cut it off, but you should limit it and do only the needful, like the most important,
This is Jafric
like maybe
Radio.
caring for your parents and all that. That one, but there are some things which are necessary. Me, my younger brothers like this. If they call me for certain kind, I say, hey, my brother, you are a grown man. Go and find something and do. Me too, I have a family. I cannot cater for you and your family. So you should try now, so that when you also get married, you can also be there for your family.
You know how
You
to
know,
handle
there are certain
your
things you need to
family.
cut off. They say you cut your coat according to your size. Of course, there are things that you
Right.
cannot ignore. Maybe when it comes to health issues and all that you need to help. That one, but that should not be your priority in marriages. I'm not saying that
Okay.
people should not take care of their families back home, but you are also building your own family, your own. So you have to prioritize that and only
Right.
add those that are really necessary. So if not, you cannot how to carry the burden, the load. It's gonna be stress
Right.
on you, stress on your partner, stress on everybody else out there, and you are going to lack
Okay.
all this intimacy we are talking about. You're
That's
not
true.
going to have it.
Queen, thank you so much. I'm not cutting you off, but the time, I think we have gone
Yeah.
beyond our time. So I think I will read the comments that have come and then just give 1 minute for each panelist to talk about, summarize our points. Okay, so I quickly go to Mr. Yahaya. He said, studies have shown that self-disclosure can build feelings of intimacy in marriage, which will make your bond stronger. A big part of intimacy is sharing your thoughts, feelings honestly, and listening to your partner when they do the same. And then he said, Mama Poma, Mama Naomi, and Sweet Queen Latifa, let all your listeners observe that intimacy usually doesn't happen in the flesh. It must be built. You won't wake up one morning and say, we are intimate now. Mission accomplished. No, it is a continuous process. Intimacy is more like a quality that you continue to cultivate over time. The more time you spend sharing experiences and feelings, the more elements you have to work with to build intimacy. And then Uncle Clement also came up and said there are a few common reasons why couples develop a lack of intimacy. Stress is the most common reason. Stress can come from various sources, such as pressure from work, childcare, and financial troubles in a family. There are several studies that shows the link between stress and a decrease in sex. All right. And then this one coming from Mr. Cornelius Apia. Say, the medical issues are a bit complicating because there are medical problems that one has before the marriage and one can have during the marriage. So we should categorize it. Okay? I understand. And then Mr. Clement again, there are some, I think is saying that he's sent. Okay. And then Mr. Yaya said no fans, no trespassing period. They're talking about the financial issues. No fans, no trespassing. Okay? Understand. All right. And then I think Okay. Right. Let me go. I said, Mom Poma, as soon as Queen leaves the studio, I will text her a question. Please advise her to answer before getting home. Else, Queen, Mr. Yaya is waiting for you at the corner. Watch out for your question. He said, finance, funds, kiki. I like that. Some oh, when they are done as some zanla financial infidelity can create emotional distance and reduce intimacy. And when a partner discovers the other secrets, financial behavior, they may feel betrayed. Mr. Fred, na lie? It's a question. Is it a lie?
Yeah.
He's asking that when one is hiding the financial, it's finances. Maybe I am paid this, my husband doesn't know how much I received. And then later he see me doing some things, developing some building projects and other stuff without letting him know. When he hears of it, the man will feel betrayed, or the other partner will feel betrayed.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's the truth.
So that's the truth. But you see,
everything has to be
we don't have time. Otherwise,
Yeah.
we could probably expand much on the financial issue.
Yeah.
I think it should be financial irregular use of marital funds or lack of planning, financial planning in the family. Because if couples are then financially, they begin to lack, well, there are so many factors that can contribute to that. You should know that money is something that you make. You can find it just like that. So if you're making money and you see that you are lacking it, don't forget that you can make more than your value.
Exactly.
So if you are using it, you should use it by your own value, wisely, yes, by your values, or like they say, you cut your coat
according to your size.
By your size. So the question should have been financial irregularities within the marriage or misuse of that funds. In that case, then we can apportion some kind of blame. But if the whole thing is naturally reducing, then maybe the whole couple have to raise your value to increase your income, or have a good planning to reduce your expenditure, or cause austerities within a family, to sort of save enough, or practice austerity. So many things, so many factors can be contributed here. But if it's generalized that lack of finance in the
we want to make it broad.
Yes, of course.
Then we touch in areas normally.
Yeah, but I heard the panelists have talked a lot.
We don't have much time. I think we will continue. I will speak with my producers and see if we can come up with. Maybe we treat this topic again.
Yes.
And then bring out everything that we need to know.
It should go a lot of much details than what is being discussed now.
Exactly. I think the other time you were also educating us about the wallets. How
yes, I think when the time comes, that is when it comes that we should talk about inappropriate or mismanagement of funds in marriage. Then we can talk about those issues. But I think today we discussing about intimacy, and of course it happens that when there's no money, both of you will run down.
Exactly.
I can understand that, but it should not break you apart, or it should not reduce your intimacy level or the intensity. This is my understanding.
And it's individual differences. Some people, when they it's like as Queen was saying, when she doesn't have money.
Yeah, Queen is interesting. Yeah, Queen is she's interesting. There will be a lot of questions for her. I know that.
It's when the money is in her heart.
There will be a lot of questions for her.
All right, Queen, prepare yourself.
Actually, not from me, but yeah, Queen is interesting.
I'm there, though.
Queen, prepare yourself to answer many questions.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say.
I mean, she's been sincere.
Of course, yes.
This, and those people who are like that, they're determined to work for money.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand, but I just want to clear one thing. You see, the notion that in Africa, men are always head of the house and men are supposed to provide security or financial. Of course, it's everywhere, not in Africa. Here in Japan, it's the same. Right. When you go to the West, it's the same. Except that these days, society have provided or have made it easy for women to get to the working place and work. You see, so women also don't feel like being at home because it increases their stresses.
Exactly.
So
This is Jafric
once
Radio.
in the family, they feel like helping, and of course, men greatly appreciate that.
Okay.
Yes, we appreciate that, and we want that to continue. But still, the responsibility of a man to secure a family, both financially and physically, is still there. That is not gone. So I want Queen to have that security. Still, men, we are responsible for that, and we still
now
keep
they
it.
are still the breadwinners of the family.
Yes,
right.
we respect the women contributing towards the family's funds or the upbringing of the family. We respect that, and we respect our women also for developing the children as well. But the responsibility of men securing the family, making sure the family is secured in all areas, and disciplining them is still on the man. And I want Queen to understand that. So, Queen, thank you for your comment. I know it's very interesting talking to you.
Queen is, I've heard that Mama Naomi's internet is troubling her.
Yeah.
So I think she has fallout. So, Mama, thank you so much for the wise advice and your contribution towards this topic that we are discussing. We are very much appreciated for all your contributions. Thank you so very much, Mama. Oh, Mommy is on.
She's back.
Oh, okay. Okay, Mama Naomi, thank you so very much. Thank you. I think we are far behind some now, and we will want to close the curtain here, and then we continue next week in Chi, and then I think the following week I will speak with my producers and see if we can treat the same topic next week, because it's getting interesting, especially getting to the financial aspect of it. We know that how these things are deteriorating some families because funds are being misused, others don't have, and it's created a lot of problems and issues. So we need to deal with it very well so that everyone will feel comfortable and the motive of Home Sweet Home be met by when we see every marriage couple enjoy their second heaven on earth. We just want to thank all of you, Mama Naomi, Mr. Fred, for your great contribution. And Queen, in fact, today you have made the discussion very lovely, and I thank you so much for having time with Jafric Radio Home Sweet Home program. I think it will not end here, and we will see you often and giving out what God has endowed in you. We thank you so very much, and not forgetting our sponsors for this program, because of them that this program we're able to bring to you. Thank you to Bayside Modeling Agency, and thank you to Tomrick Hotel. Now we have Darlin Wings. Hey, so if you want to fly, just drink Darlin Wings. Yes, Choco Mix. You can drink it hot or cold, depending on what you want. And I think the nutritional value is wow. And we have chocolate also, which has about 65% of our natural cocoa, organic cocoa. So I think you know what it means. The nutritional value is really good. So if you want to purchase Darlin Wings Choco Mix and chocolate, contact Jafric Radio, and we will give you the direction as to have them. All right, and at this point, I think we have to end here and then continue next week, same time, 4 p.m. All right. Thank you so very much once again, Queen. And a lot of people are waiting. Just wait. Questions are coming up to you.
Yeah.
My name still remains.
Next week. And tell Mr.
thank
Yaya, a friend, that I'm waiting for them next week.
Oh, wow.
Because they are perfect. I'm going to prepare for them.
Queen, I like your confidence. Thank you so much. My name still remains Abna Poma Poku Foko. You can call me Dickness Poma if you like. And I still remain a lady with a long name. So if you think you have a long name, bring it out. And I tell you, I have some in the fridge that I can bring it out to make it long. All right. Thank you so very much, viewers. We will close the curtain here. Until we meet again next week, we say sayonara.
Then go wundu. I dey thank God say Baba God no be mana. Na so then go open their mouth say she bada. But then go wundu. Cause they know say the girl she dey hot like fire. Yeah, how they take no, I be the be take no, bana. Hallelujah, yeah, I got they do, yeah, hallelujah, yeah. That's so she just scatter the floor, killing the show. Hallelujah, yeah, that only God they do, yeah, hallelujah, yeah. I see my baby fire, I say she fire, cause today that they need it. Oh yeah, where is my DJ? Make it put them for replay. I see my baby fire, I say she fire, cause today that they need it. Oh yeah, where is my DJ? Make it put them for replay. I see my baby fire, I say she fire, hallelujah, yeah, I got the do, yeah, hallelujah, yeah, that's so she just scatter the floor, killing the show. Hallelujah, yeah, that only God they do, yeah, hallelujah, yeah, I see my baby fire, I say she fire, oh no, I see the hot too, oh no, I see the hot too, yeah, auntie, omo if na dance you go tire, yeah, now who send you enter the place where the fire, omo nada you, if na your birthday, shy you got long, we go manya, yeah, she's catching the vibe and I'm catching the feeling, somebody call the police, oh, I see the sweet, oh, I don't want to leave, oh, somebody call the police, oh, I see the sweet, oh, I don't want to leave, oh, hallelujah, yeah, I got the do, yeah, hallelujah, yeah, that's so she just scatter the floor, killing the show. Hallelujah, yeah, that only God they do, yeah, hallelujah, yeah, I see my baby fire, I say she fire, cause today that they need it. Oh yeah, where is my DJ? Make it put them for replay. I see my baby fire, I say she fire, cause today that they need it. Oh yeah, where is my DJ? Make it put them for replay. I see my baby fire, I say she fire, hallelujah, yeah, I got the do, yeah, hallelujah, yeah, that's so she just scatter the floor, killing me, hallelujah, yeah, that only God they do, yeah, hallelujah, yeah, I see my baby fire, I say she fire, oh no, I see the hot too, I see the hot too, oh no, I see the hot too, Mr. DJ.